We have breaking economic news with the release of the monthly jobs report. NBC News correspondent Hans Nickel is outside the Department of Labor with the numbers, and CNBC's Sarah Eisen at the New York Stock Exchange for analysis. Hans, we'll start with you. What do they show?
Well, we see an uptick in the unemployment rate up to 4%. That is partly related to the government shutdown. Throughout this labor report, we do see the shutdown stamped in various places. Now, it is a tale of two jobs reports. On private sector growth, you do see a lot of strength in the economy. The economy added 304,000 jobs for the month of January. That's quite an increase. Now, they did have to revise downward the numbers for December, but when you look at the growth, it is across a lot of sectors. You have mining, you had uptick there, construction up almost 56,000 jobs, healthcare was up. Across the sector, the private economy is strong, but we do see the effects of the government shutdown. You had a lot of people looking for work. You had some part-time people, part of the government. Their numbers are up 500,000. All in all, it is a tale of two jobs reports, but we see the beginnings of the effects of the government shutdown, and we'll see whether or not the economy can snap back and find those jobs and replace, especially on the contractor side. And guys, my favorite part of this job report, amusement, gambling, and recreation, those jobs up $32,000. So keep on gambling, guys.
Okay, I guess so, Hans. Thanks for the advice. Sarah Eisen, break it down for us. What do these numbers mean?
They mean that the economy is still going strong and that actually employers aren't really fazed by the shutdown. I'll just point you to the private payrolls number. They increased by almost 300,000. So that means while the government was partially shut down, companies didn't hesitate to hire. It did not shake confidence. Economists were looking for a number of below 200,000 jobs. We got one above 300,000. And just to further emphasize the point, if you look at all of last year, and we are coming off a bumper year for job creation, the average per month for private employment was in the twos. This number is higher than the average for every month of last year. So no, I would say no effect really in terms of a confidence hit in terms of hiring for private employers as a result of the shutdown. The other thing that stands out, participation continues to rise. More people entering the labor force, especially women. That's been a huge story lately. Participation rate is 63.2%, which is actually the highest number since 2013. That's a good sign, more people entering the labor force. Now that 4% unemployment rate, as Hans mentioned, does reflect the fact that people are furloughed, so they are temporarily unemployed. So I would sort of write that off as a temporary effect there. Let's see what happens next month once those people get back into paying jobs. And then on the lack of wage growth, 0.1% was a little disappointing in terms of people wanting more pay on the month, but it still reflects a pretty healthy jobs environment. And the market's going to like this report, Mika, because what it signals is there's still a lot of demand for workers. People are hiring. They're not getting nervous, but we're not getting inflation in the form of wage growth, so the Federal Reserve doesn't need to tighten interest rates. That's kind of a recipe for a rally on Wall Street.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.